I feel like Steve Martin and the man with two brains. Get that cat out of here. MetalDetectingGear.com. Brought to you by Treasure Mountain Detectors and Small Town Belgian Style Saison Ale. All right, this is Damien for MD Gear, and I'm finally getting a chance to sit down at my studio desk and record a video. It's been a little bit of a while. It's been summer, so I've been hunting a lot. Then I had a backlog of about 6 months of videos, hunts, to catch up on editing. You'll notice hunts from December 15 recently, so sorry about that. First off, I want to say to the internet, thanks for your support. The purpose of this channel is definitely to be more review than hunt, because I'm pretty and all, but I'm not like Brad and Kurt pretty. Metal detecting manufacturers and distributors. Of all of you out there in the internet, this is who loves me the most at the moment. It is Treasure Mountain Detectors, and their website is treasuremtndetectors.com. Give Ed a call at Treasure Mountain Detectors, and he will definitely hook you up with an awesome deal. And please tell him Damien from MD Gear sent you, so I can say thank you for this. Treasure Mountain Detectors, the reason why I'm waving this sticker all over the place like a whore, is that Treasure Mountain Detectors sent me this awesome Whites Digger that just came out a couple of months ago. This is a metal detecting gear review site. And even though Ed at Treasure Mountain Detectors sent me this, and I personally think Whites is a pretty cool company, I am going to be fair in reviewing this. I'm not always going to say good things about the products that get sent to me. I'm going to give a fair review of the products that get sent to me. That's what I'm trying to say. I am not going to blow sunshine up this digger because Ed hooked me up. Oops. It's a middle finger, isn't it? Oh, great. And there's a cat in the production. I feel like Steve Martin and the man with two brains. Get that cat out of here. Get that cat out of here. Meow. I'm trying to have brain surgery. So in my hand on the right here, I have the Lesche digger, and on my left I have the Whites Digmaster. The White's a little bit longer. I feel like the White's a little bit heavier in my hand. Both of them have a Velcro toppy top there. You know, the Lesche is a little basic. Your Lesche here is a light, simple piece of gear. It does have one drawback, is that you have to keep the rust off the blade. If it gets wet and you put it in the sheath and forget about it and throw it in your car, you're going to pull this out and it's going to have quite a bit of rust on it. I don't know about the Whites Digger. I'll have to look it up and see if it's got any issues with rust, but there's the Whites Digger. Definitely a beefy piece of equipment. It is made in Taiwan. So you got Garrett making theirs in China and White's making theirs in Taiwan. Interesting choice for very American metal detecting companies. Just got to throw that out there. The White's brand new feels sharp on the edges, more so than the Lesche did. One thing with the Lesche, you had to buy the right-handed edge. So if you're leading edge, if you were right-handed or left-handed, you have to pick whether the left side or the right side. This is actually serrated. But with the Whites, you get them on both sides. The other advantages I see already are there's a hook, a hole for a lanyard in the top of this. There isn't anywhere to really attach a lanyard on the Lesche. I love the little thumb grip it has right here. You really kind of, you know, get your hand up in here, and there's a spot for your thumb right there. Perfect. And your hand's going nice grippy right there. And even got a little like knob if you want to just grab onto that knobby right there. Dig. By the way, I always have to note that I am going to go outside and use this, so quit freaking out that there's no dirt in this video so far. The other thing I really like is a ruler here, 6 inches down to the tip, so you can get a precise measurement in centimeters as well. Oh, 10 centimeters exactly. Look at that. It's kind of nice. And you got the same old warning that the Lesche came with. Don't stick this in some electrical cables, underground cables. You know, you're shoving metal repeatedly into the ground with this tool. I also like the orange, easier to see. It's definitely a sweet grip. How heavy is it though? I've got to weigh this. The Lesche is lighter, but not by much. Handle's a little bit bigger on the Whites. The Whites definitely got more grip to it. It's a rubbery material. The Lesche is kind of a rubber material too, but it's slick, smoother. Pretty similar blade designs in the way that the blade was reinforced there from bending. I have not had any problems with the Lesche bending at all, as much as I've done cutting with it. It's simple. You have to give that to Lesche. It's simple and effective. And mine's actually feeling kind of dull. I should sharpen it up some. The Whites, as I said, comes a considerably sharper edge to it. Can you see you can see that edge. Tip looks good. I assume this is a stainless steel, just like the Lesche. Maybe it might even look like it's a little more polished or a little bit coated. I'll have to check with Whites to see. So I'd like to hear if these are giving anybody rust problems. Now I got to look up the specs, because I know it had specs to it that I put on my website. Awesome new digger from Whites, 7.25 double serrated blade, engraved rule measurements, heat treated steel, orange comfort grip handle, self-draining sheath. I knew I forgot something. Slot for additional lanyard. Righto. The thing that I didn't like about the Garrett Digger is I did like that the Lesche was a thinner blade. And this is a bit thicker of a blade. I say that it's not quite as thick, not quite as thick as the Garrett Digger. Garrett Digger just didn't slice into the dirt. It kind of bulldozed its way through, and not a very clean cut. The Lesche, Dwarven Steel man, cuts nice and perfect little plugs. Similar type of sheath design on the Whites, except Whites has little slits here in the bottom to let some of the dirt out. One of the things about the Lesche is, see that bulge at the bottom right there? It's pretty much all dirt. So there's a bunch of hard-packed dirt at the bottom of this collected, and it's pretty hard to get it out. But there's no way for the dirt to escape out of this one. It goes back in the sheath and comes out of the sheath very nicely. That was one of the things that really bugged me about the Garrett, is the blade just barely fit in there, and it was really hard to pull out with one hand. I find the Lesche is super easy to get in and out of this with one hand, and the Whites feels very similar. So let's have a quick little dig test with it. You know, I've used the Lesche before plenty of times, and the blade's nice and thin. It just goes into the ground nice and easy and pulls out nice and clean. See that? Relatively clean pulling out. Let's do the same test with the Digmaster. So you can see the Digmaster hole there versus the hole that the Lesche made. A little bit thicker on the Digmaster. Try that one more time. There's the Lesche's hole. Yep, there's the hole that the Digmaster made. Pulled out a little bit of dirt with it. Lesche was a little bit cleaner, so let's go ahead and dig a full plug with this. So there, I've dug a plug with the Digmaster. I'm going to wrap up this video pointing at some outside, because people freak out if I'm just in my studio. This has been my review for the Whites Digmaster Digger. I'm going to say that it's definitely love the things that White thought out to make this a great digger. The grip and the hole for the lanyard, and the fact that the bottom of the case has little slits for the dirt to come out. That's really good. I like the serration on both sides of the blade. Thickness of the blade wise, I'd say it comes in about in between the Lesche and the Garrett. It seems from the side it seems about as thick as the Garrett, but I definitely feel like it's a little bit thinner. Not quite as thin a blade as the Lesche. Even though the blade thickness is between the Lesche and the Garrett digger, I'm definitely going to recommend this Whites because of all the other features that it comes with. I'd say it's definitely giving the Lesche a run for its money. And I again want to thank Ed Huffman from Treasure Mountain Detectors for sending this for me to review. And I appreciate everyone who entered the contest. Alright folks, as always, thanks for watching. This is Damien from mdgear.com.